back to Wildwood Cottage and welcome back to Wales. It's lovely to have you here. Hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all having a good week. Well, today I'm back up in the secret garden and I'm going to be putting the pergola up. Now it's all coming together rather swimmingly, so I'm going to show you what I've been up to and what's going on. And if you want to see what else I got up to in here, do have a look at the last video. And that will show, I'll pop it in the I button here for you, but that'll show you what the garden looked like before and the work I've done so far. But today we're up to the job of putting the pergola up and putting some roses in and putting some plants in and some shrubs. So that's going to be fun. I've got the trees in, I've got dwarf fruit trees that are going to grow no more than 2.5 metres. I've got the fence up. I've trimmed the hazel tree that is in this garden, in this part of the garden. I can't do anything about the big conifer trees. And I've got a pile ready for the rubbish from what I've cleared at the back behind you there, where the pergola's going, because there was loads of bramble and rubbish and roots and rubbishy stuff like ivy and things like that. So the gate is up, so I just need to sort out a gate behind me here to keep striping. And yeah, I thought I'd make the most of the weather, because I was going to do the chickens, but it's far too hot to be in their run. It's far too hot for them and it's far too hot for me. So I decided I'm going to get on with this part of the garden because my husband likes this little area and I'm hoping it'll encourage him to come out in the garden and sit in the garden a little bit more and maybe take a little bit more of an interest. So that's what we're going to do today. Is I'm going to pop you on the tripod, show you me doing the pergola, and we're going to get stuck into that together. So I'm just going to go and put the chickens away, pop them in their run up the top of the garden because Stripe's nearly ready to come out. And me and Stripe are going to get stuck in down here and potter about in the sun. So I'll see you in a minute. So these are the 4 upright pieces that are the legs, and I think they're 4x4. I'm not going to put anything in the ground attached to the post, but what I am going to do is I'm going to knock some old bits of fence post in, just deep enough for me to attach that to, just so it keeps it strong and keeps it in place in the wind. I don't think I'm going to get much wind up that part of the garden because the wind comes mainly from over there and the pergola's there in the shade. But I just want to make sure that it doesn't totter over when we do get some swirling winds. So I'm going to put them in their place and then I'm going to mark out where the posts are going to go, and then I'm going to attach these to some posts. So I'm going to go and have a little look and see if I can find some flat posts because I think that'll be better, and hammer them into the ground over there and then work out where the fence post needs to go for putting the uprights in. So just go and find some posts. Right, so what I've picked out is these. I've got 2 tall flat ones and 2 shorter flat ones, and they are going to go, the shorter one's going to go at the front, the taller one's going to go at the back so they can't be seen. And then when it's up, the whole thing's going to be painted. I could paint it before, but I just want to get it up, get it out the way and get moved on with the garden. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bash the 2 bigger ones in the back of the pergola and the 2 shorter ones in the front, and that'll just secure it down to the ground to make sure if we do get any strong winds or any of the tree branches come off the tall trees, that it won't get flattened and get knocked over. So I'll just go and take them up. Okay, so they're my posts that I'm going to knock in, and this is the back here. Now those notches there are where they fit to the pieces along the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that as my marker as to where the posts need to go, and then work out from there where the front ones go by placing these on the floor to see how they lie on this piece here. So I'm going to put my post in where the first notch is there, where the second notch is there, then attach my upright pieces that are over there onto my fence posts, and then put the top piece across the top. So hopefully that'll secure everything in place, but we'll see how we get on. Here did used to have a farm gate across there, and all that was just scrub, all wasteland, didn't get used because they had this sheep sorter here, so it was never used. But I'm going to put it back into use and make use of it. There wasn't a lot of rubbish in there, it wasn't that much of a dump, but yeah, it's going to be a nice pergola area. So I'm just going to get myself set up and then I'll show you what I'm doing. Right, so I've got 2 upright posts in. So I'm just going to go and get stripe up, and then I'm going to secure them in, and then I can put the top piece on. It may need another anchor point on the other side, but at the moment should be okay. See how we get on, shall we? My little helper helping me out with the pergola. Very helpful he is too. Right, so I've got my first 2 posts in. So now what I want to do is put the uprights on and see where we go from there. I've got some better things to hammer in the ground at the front, which would be better than them. And yeah, we'll see if we can get this done today. I think Stripe likes the new pergola. We have the first 2 pieces up, and I probably couldn't have got it any more level if I tried by measuring it, so I'm really pleased. I'm going to try getting the top piece on, I think, and see where we go from there. I can't really do the front until I've done the back, so we shall see. We shall see. First thing is to get the piece on. So my little helper's been very helpful. We've got those 2 posts up, and we're just going to put the other 2 pieces up. I think I've measured it right. I'm hoping I've measured it right. I've used one of the top pieces to measure it, and yeah, I just hope I've done it right. So we'll have to see. Right, let's get on with the other 2 pieces. Then I'll have to go and get on with the tea. Sorry about my rather unglamorous barky assistant, but he's been locked up for a bit, and he's happy to be out. So let's get 2 more screws. I'm using 4-inch screws. So the pergola's up, and I'm not sure if I have a piece missing. Looks a bit wonky, but the garden's a bit wonky, so I don't really think it matters. Pleased it's up, needs screwing together, but once it's all screwed together, it's going to have some plastic across the top there. It's not level, but you know, I did it all by myself, and I'm just pleased it's up. So I just need to screw it together, and then it's done, and I can get the area planted and get the area finished. So I'm just waiting for my burner bin to arrive so I can burn all the rubbish. But other than that, I think I'm done. I can't think of anything else, but I can't find. I'm sure there should be another piece for the top, and I can't find it. So I'm sure it's around somewhere. But when it turns up, I'll put it on, because I think there should be another one just there. So if you're watching, Dad, can you tell me if there should be another piece? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to pull the two things together, the front and the back together, and I'm sure there should be 6. So can you let me know if there is another one and I'm missing one? But other than that, I think I'm done. It does need a paint. I might do that tomorrow, but at the moment I just wanted to get it up and get this area sorted. So I'm very pleased. I just need to do something now about this gap here, so it makes it a bit more secluded. And I do have some jasmine to plant and a rose to plant on this, and some clematis. So very happy indeed. Right, time to get on. Okay, so I'm up on top of the shed, and I've decided it's such a lovely day here that I would try and fix the hole. Now, there was a blackbird nesting in here and she appears to have gone. I have checked, but there's quite a few holes. There's a hole there, there's this massive hole here, and there's a hole over there. So I think I'm just going to fix this hole to keep anything out, put a load of glue on this bit here just to seal it, and then I'm going to cover the whole thing in plastic, I think, and just do a living roof. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work as a shed roof. I just think it's going to be too wet, and all the water's just going to run down the garden. So I could paint the whole thing in shed paint, but you know, for the faff, I think I'm just going to do a living roof and put plants on it, and then it'll be something nice to look at. So my first job is to tack down the shed felt to the wood, and then I'm going to do this hole here, all the way along here, with the glue that I've got, which is this one, bitumen felt adhesive, and yeah, see where we go from there. Right. Right, so that's it for today. Started planting along the field fence. Put those Himalayan honeysuckle in and a buddleia. I've put a magnolia in the corner over there, just there, but I'm not sure if it's in the wrong place. And then next to that, just there, is an azalea, and then an azalea and my yellow gauge over there. But yeah, I think that's it for me for now. Happy with it so far, but we'll have another look tomorrow.
And also, if you cover the pipe with the membrane, then it stops the water from getting into the actual perforations on the pipe.
What do you want? What do you want? Right, so it's now Saturday, and I've been beavering away a lot in the garden, as usual. And as you can see, I'm sat in the new pergola. It's looking lovely. I'm really pleased with it. I put my bench in here that I made out of pallets. There you go, which I'm sat on now. And yeah, it's looking rather good. So I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you what I've done so far. But the fruit trees are planted, done a little flower bed, which I'm going to talk you through some plans that I've got for that little part of the garden, this secret garden bit, but I'm undecided. So I haven't, it's not a concrete plan, but it is a plan. So yeah, I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So the chickens. I've got the hedge line done. I've had to put some weed membrane up. Yeah, so I've put the plants in. And yeah, it's just looking really good. So I did a bit of footage for you of the field line, so I'll put that in already, but I'll just turn you around and I'll show you the other bits I've done since then, before I sign off. And it is looking really nice. I'm really pleased with it, and the view from here is beautiful. This is what I've done so far. Let me turn you around. My new pergola, my new seating area, looks good, doesn't it? Now the pergola is not on a flat, it's not straight, it's tilting towards me. So what I need to do is, unfortunately, take the top off again and set it on some stone, the posts on some stone, to stop them sinking, because at the moment they're sinking into the soil, and I just think that the wetter it gets in the autumn, it's just not going to stay up. So it's higher at the back than the front. I don't know whether you can tell. So yeah, I'm going to take it off. Well, I might just try and unscrew it from the bottom pieces first and see if I can just lift it. And if I can get my husband to help me to lift it, we'll pop that underneath and that'll stop it sinking. Stripe got the rat that was in the corner down there, so that's good. So along here, let me just talk you through what I've put in now. I've got a Philadelphus in the corner, and then I've got I think this is a quince. Yes, this one's a quince. Then I think this one's the medlar. Is it? No, this one's terrible on it. This one's a yellow plum. That one's the medlar. Then I've got I think that's a yellow gauge. What's this one? No, this is a damson. I'm terrible on it. That one's a damson. And then that one's the yellow gauge, the golden gauge. This one here. And then I got all these, by the way. I'm going to get some more. I got these from Beechwood Nurseries, and I want to get some more because they are really good plants for the money. And they were really reasonably priced. So when I find them, I'll pop them in a link in the description bar for you. And if you want to get any, then you can. My YE just died back because it's been moved twice now. But there are some nice new shoots coming back through here and here. So I'm going to leave it. It seems happy now. So I'm going to leave that. And then this one is another yellow plum. And yeah, it's got a few speckled leaves, but you know, it's autumn. It's going to drop off soon. And it needs to go in the ground. So I'm thinking of putting that behind the fence on the other side and start planting up the other side. So that's good. I've got an azalea here, which is a cutting off that lovely purple one that I had, that I divided up into 5 or 6 pieces. Then I've got a rose here and a rose here. I've got 2 jasmine on the back there, the white star jasmine, so they're going to be really nice and scented. I do want a David Austin climbing rose for down here, but at the moment these roses will suffice. They're wild roses, they'll do for now. I've got an azalea there, as I say, and I've got another one to go here, so I'm going to put another one in. Then there's going to be like a little path that goes into the gate, so you can get from the pergola to the gate, and then it's going to be open here. Eventually, if I can get hold of some flagstones, I would like to put paving down here and just make it easier to manage, to keep on top of the weeds. I just think that would be really good. But the more I look at it, the more I can see that it's leaning towards me. So I do need to sort that. As I say, I've already shown you the field fence, so I won't show you that again now. But then here, I have planted it. I have put plants in. I put some dahlias in and I put some annual plants in. But I was thinking about these chicken tunnels, and you know, I'm not sure they're going to work. So what I'm thinking is, there's a pop hole there. I'm wondering whether to build something as an extension to their chicken run on the back here and put plants in front of it to kind of screen it off a little bit. But the problem I've got is I've got plants there. Now I do have the pop hole there, so I could always start building it from this side of the plant, and they could have then another 6 foot there by probably about 1 metre, and I think that would be really good for them, because I never wanted to then. I could do tunnels along the back, along the fence there, and that would be a lot more space for them. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that at the moment, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I need to think it through a little bit more. I would have liked to have taken them through the fence so they could go off into the woodland bit, but I've attached it to there now, and I'm not going to start faffing about with that now. So yeah, so they're my thoughts. I'm thinking of extending the chicken run out here because I'm not sure how it's going to work, doing the tunnel from out the other side. But they could always do that as well. But I've also then got to think of if I need to do maintenance on the back of the shed there. Is that just going to make it awkward for getting up to do work on the shed? So as I say, I'm just thinking about it at the moment. But you know, I might just do a tunnel out of the back and just let them have a chicken tunnel around here. And then they can just meander and scratch and do what they want. But I just thought the extra living space would be good for them. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided. So we'll have a think about it and see what we come up with and see what I think. Yeah, it's a good wall to use for the chicken shed. I can always attach it to that then, you see. Come out a metre. But then I just have no access to get into the roof up there. But they're thoughts for another day. But also along the back here, I put those wine berries in here. I've also got a loganberry down there, or a tayberry, and I've got another one in the bucket there that needs to go in of Gordon's. But I put one on each post, and I'm just going to grow it along the fence and just get that fence covered. And then maybe I can put wires up and yeah, I can have a nice bit of fruit down this end of the garden. It's going to be like an orchard secret garden. There is a hazel tree there, so I got some nuts for that. There's also a hazel tree there for me to get nuts from. But now I need to decide what to do with this ledge. Now Stripe and I have been clearing it. So yeah, so that's that. So yeah, I think that's it for me for today. Hope you've enjoyed my video and me pottering about doing my pergola. Stripe wasn't very helpful, but we got it done in the end. He seemed very interested in what I was doing. He seemed very happy to see me working and to be with me. So it's always nice to have him in the garden. Anyway, as I say, it's Saturday, it's a day off, it's a day of rest, and I'm going to get on with my day of rest. I think I might get my spinning wheel out and do some spinning, because I haven't done any for ages. I also want to sort a peg loom out to make some rugs for the lady down the road that I've been promising her for the last 12 months. So I need to go and get on with that as well. So I think that's going to be my thing for today. It's just doing some crafting, doing some bits and bobs around the place, and just generally having a good potter. So starting this week, I'm going to be doing Vlogtember, where I do vlogs throughout the month of September. Probably going to be doing them every other day, so you're going to be getting like 1 and 2 together, 3 and 4 together, and it's going to work like that throughout the month of September, because vlogging every day is a bit much really for getting it uploaded on YouTube and for editing. So I'm probably going to be doing every other day throughout the month of September here. And then on my craft channel, on my Faithful You Knitting podcast channel, I'm going to be doing wet felting on there. And I'm going to be making an autumn wreath. And we're going to be doing that through the month of October, throughout the whole month. Then that's going to take us into November and start us thinking about Christmas. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those things, do have a look in the links in the description bar below. And you'll find the link to my other channels there as well. Where you can keep up to date with all my thoughts, all the shenanigans that I get up to around here, if you're interested in any of that other stuff. So yeah, I'm going to go and get Stripe up, and I will see you in the next video. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. See you in the vlog on Tuesday for the first vlog this week. So I'll see you soon, take care, bye for now, bye bye.